Sidney Bracey was an Australian-born American film actor. After a stage career in Australia, on Broadway and in Britain, he appeared in 321 films between 1909 and 1942. Life and career. He was born in Melbourne, Victoria, with the name Sidney Bracey, later changing the spelling of his last name. He was the son of Welsh tenor Henry Bracey and English actress Clara T. Bracey. His aunt was actress Lydia Thompson. He began his stage career in Australia in the 1890s, with the J.C. Williamson's comic opera companies. On Broadway, in 1900, he appeared as Yusuf in The Rose of Persia at Daly's Theatre in New York. He then moved to England, appearing as Marino in the musical comedy The Toreador at the Gaiety Theatre, London in June 1901. He next joined the D'Oyly Carte Opera Company on tour in Britain, playing Terence O'Brien in The Emerald Isle from September 1901 to May 1902. He then left the D'Oyly Carte, continuing his stage career in Britain. He appeared in Amarelle at London's Comedy Theatre in 1904, The Winter's Tale in 1904, 5 and 8, Persian Princess at Queen's Theatre in 1909. Back on Broadway, in 1912, he played as Sir Guy of Gisborne in a revival of Reginald de Koven's Robin Hood at the New Amsterdam Theatre, followed by Rob Roy at the Liberty Theatre in 1913. He then moved into film acting, making first silent films and then talkies, until his death in 1942. Early in his film career, he wrote and directed a silent movie called Sidney's Finish, in which he played the title character. In 1916, he changed the speaking of his last name to Bracey. Silent film authority Diane McIntyre gave this description of him. Bracey, a stately-looking character man, was in big demand for authority-like roles, such as movie directors, bosses and, most of the time, the most respectable and poised butler in all of Hollywood. He was thin, dark-haired and had an earnest, yet sober, face that could break into a look of wide-eyed exasperation. Bracey died in Hollywood, California in 1942, aged 64. Partial filmography: The Invisible Ray, The March Hare, Crazy to Marry, The Radio King, One Wonderful Night, The Social Buccaneer, The Courtship of Miles Standish, Her Night of Romance, A Slave of Fashion, The Merry Widow, A Banquet Honeymoon, The Woman on Trial, Home, James, Man-Made Women, The Haunted House, Show People, His Captive Woman, Sue Blood, Children of Pleasure, Outside the Law, The Lion and the Lamb, Shanghai Love, The Monster Walks, What? No Beer, The Ninth Guest, I've Been Around, Second Childhood, Three Smart Boys, Merrily We Live, My Bill, The Sun Never Sets, Devil's Island, On Trial, Affectionately Yours, The Body Disappears.